Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're taking a close look at the brand new Apple Watch SE 3, specifically the 44mm version. Apple has traditionally positioned the SE lineup as the more affordable alternative to the Series and the Ultra models. But with the SE 3, things have changed a little bit. There are now features that were previously exclusive to more expensive Apple Watches, which makes this one a lot more exciting. In this review, we will go step by step through the design and the key specs, the prices, my battery life experience, the GPS accuracy and the fitness tracking, the new functions and health features. And finally, a quick conclusion, so let's start. The Apple Watch SE 3 sticks with Apple's normal design. Square case, rounded corners, aluminum body, the digital crown on the right side and a flat button just underneath. Now on the front we get a Retina OLED display with up to 1000 nits of peak brightness. That means the watch is perfectly readable even outdoors in bright sunlight. The 44mm version measures 44 by 38mm at 10.7mm thickness. The display is 1.78 inches with a resolution of 368 by 448 pixels, giving you about 977 square millimeters of display area. The smaller 40mm model by comparison comes with 1.57 inch display at 324 by 394 pixels and about 759 square millimeters of screen space. That means the larger model gives you almost 30% more usable area. Both models are water resistant up to 50 meters, powered by the same S10 chip and run watchOS 26. That means performance is identical, apps open smoothly, animations are fast, and multitasking is handled with no problem. In terms of weight, the larger SE 3 comes in at 32.9 grams, while the smaller version is just 26.4 grams. So both are still very light and comfortable for everyday use. Apple also offers a wide variety of band options depending on your wrist size. One important note, bands are always size specific, meaning the 40 and the 44mm straps are not cross compatible. Now let's talk about pricing. And the Apple Watch SE 3 is the most affordable model in Apple's current lineup. In Germany, the 40mm starts at 269 euros for the GPS model and the 44mm model costs 299. If you want GPS plus cellular, meaning LTE for calls and data without needing your iPhone, you will pay 50 euros extra for either size. That means the smaller with cellular is 319 euros, while the larger is 349 euros. Compared to the Series 11 or the Ultra 3, that's a very fair entry point for what you're getting. Now let's go over to what's new compared to the SE 2, and that's more than you might think. First, the always-on display that was previously reserved for more expensive Apple Watches. It keeps the watch face visible at all times. You can always see the time, complications or your widgets without the screen going dark. That makes the watch a lot more practical in daily use. Next you got the double tap gesture. By simply tapping your thumb and index finger together twice, you can trigger certain actions like answering calls, controlling music or scrolling through your widgets. This was first introduced with the Series 9 and now it's here on the SE 3. We also get faster charging. Apple claims the SE 3 charged from 0 to 80% in about 45 minutes. In my test, it works just fine. That means you can quickly top it up before work or right before bed and have plenty of juice again. Another addition is the built-in speaker for playing music and podcasts directly on the watch. Of course, it doesn't sound like a big speaker, but for cooking, quick listening, or just convenience, it's surprisingly handy. And of course, you got all of the usual features on here. There is a wide selection of watch faces, including some new ones like Flow or Sectograph, or you can even use your own photos as a background. Each face offers deep customization with complications. You also get full phone functionality, Siri integration using the built-in mic and speaker, and I still find Siri to be one of the best assistants on a smartwatch. Then we have the basics like you got timers, Find My Phone, the App Store, and up to 64 gigs of storage for apps and music, which you can also download and listen to offline. There's also a live translator app, which I personally find great. Spoken words are recognized quickly and the translation only takes a few seconds. Then there is the Tides app, which lets you check water levels along coastlines, and of course notifications work flawlessly. You can reply using quick responses, emojis, or the dictation function, which is my personal favorite. Now let's get to the part a lot of people care about, and that's the battery life. Apple officially raised the SE 3 for up to 18 hours. But as we all know, those official numbers are usually conservative and don't really reflect everyday use. Now in my test, it was much better. I used the 44mm version with always on display, medium brightness, all health trackers active and about 30 notifications throughout the day. I also added a 35-minute GPS workout and the result? The watch lasted about 41 hours. That's a full 2 days without needing to recharge. The small 40mm version came in at around 38 hours under the same conditions, and both numbers are way better than expected and make the SE3 one of the longest lasting Apple Watches I've personally tested. Still not on the level of Huawei or Garmin, of course, but very solid for Apple standards. By the way, if you enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You will also find a link to the watch down below in the description. When it comes to GPS, I wasn't entirely impressed. On the plus side, the SE3 locks onto GPS immediately as soon as you start a workout, no waiting, it's ready right away. But the tracking accuracy left something to be desired. I often notice wavy lines in the maps, especially in urban areas, with the route sometimes cutting right through buildings. In open areas the accuracy improved, but overall it wasn't as precise as high-end sport watches. For everyday runs or casual workouts it's fine, but if you need perfectly accurate GPS, you will see some deviations here. At least Apple did a great job with the sport modes themselves. The selection is massive, the workout screens are customizable, the auto pause feature works well, and there's even a backtrack if you're out exploring somewhere unfamiliar. In daily use, the SE3 covers all of the essentials. You get 24/7 heart rate tracking with your heart rate range and resting heart rate data, sleep tracking that includes your 4 sleep phases, total sleep duration, bed and wake up times, and even a sleep score. There's also fall detection, emergency SOS, breathing exercises, and cycle tracking. Together with the new features like always on, double tap gesture, and faster charging, the SE3 feels a lot closer to a full Series 11 experience. And thanks to the S10 chip, performance is excellent. Apps launch quickly, Siri is responsive, and animations are super smooth. Honestly, in every day, you can barely tell that you're wearing the budget Apple Watch. So let's wrap things up. The Apple Watch SE3 in 44mm offers a ton of value at a relatively low price. Always on display, double tap gesture, fast charging, and a built-in speaker make it feel like a true full-featured smartwatch. The battery life is far better than Apple claims, about 40 hours for the big and around 38 hours for the 40mm. GPS is reliable when starting a workout, though not always perfectly accurate in the results. All in all, the SE3 is a very compelling package for anyone who wants an Apple Watch without spending 500 euros or more. And guys, there we have it. So I guess I will see you in the next one. Peace.